Sometimes I'll start a sentence, and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way.
But I gotta say, I'm just fired up to be here today. Pretty cool! Pretty damn cool!
It's only a game. Why have you got to be mad?
Calm down, Greg, it's soccer.
And you can't stay off the weed!
This guy's such an idiot here.
Hello? You play to win the game.
Like an improv conversation. Improversation.
They had a show, an ASMR show on Netflix, where it was just a group of people sitting around a table talking,
making sounds.
And or was it Netflix? I don't know. Maybe through Snapchat. Anyway, it was sponsored by Reese's, and it was like the Reese's Roundtable ASMR chat. And there's just like a group of 10 pretty woke people like sitting around a table, just like talking about shit while eating Reese's. And it's just like really quiet, and all you hear is like the crinkling of the wrapper, and you're like, "Be a Reese's Puffs," and you're like,
so it's like
you fucking hear like that. You hear like the.
I hate that sound on the microphone. Like even when we. This is bad for the people hearing. What a great way to bring them back into the podcast after a 1 week hiatus.
Yeah, ASMR.
What does it stand for again? Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response?
Wow, wow.
Isn't there something else that's related to the line of meridian, the Prime Meridian?
That's it.
What is that exactly?
It's the equator, except north and south, I think, but I could be wrong.
North and... because the equator goes east to west, you mean? Like across?
Yeah.
So then,
Prime
Meridian.
Nailed it.
What is it, Oz? Welcome back.
It's literally the equator, but north and like up and down instead of longitude and latitude.
Give it to us, Oz. Give it to us.
What up?
The great Oz has spoken.
Well, he has not spoken. He's about to speak. So what is the Prime Meridian?
Correct.
A prime meridian is the meridian in a geographic coordinate system which longitude is defined to be 0 degrees.
Well, what's a meridian? It said a prime meridian is a meridian.
Yeah.
Did it not?
Maybe a meridian's like a divider.
Yeah.
Like okay. Another word for divider?
The Earth's 0 of longitude.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Right? Like the equator, but up and down. That's what I said.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Why do we talk so much about the equator and not enough about the prime meridian is what I want.
That's a great question. I actually found, that reminds me, I found a new website for science facts. So this one has 17, I believe. So we'll bring it. We'll see if we don't run into any of the same duplicates or anything like that. But happy Friday, everyone. Welcome back to another Improversation, your end of the week Feel Good Friday show. If you guys are new to the show, remember to hit the like and subscribe button on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen. Leave a comment or review. We encourage any and all types. Follow us on social media. We've been a bit quiet lately, but we're going to ramp things back up. Instagram and TikTok at Improversation Pod. Twitter at Improversation P. Follow me. Check out beanbundle.com. Use promo code IMPROV25. Fresh and different coffee beans for you and your loved ones to try. Delivered right to your door. That's promo code IMPROV25 for 25% off your month-to-month subscription. Visit beanbundle.com for more. New sponsor. Check out Action Airsoft Club Canada. I was asked to give a plug, and they're going to continue to give plugs.
I fucking love it.
It's your one-stop shop for all things airsoft.
Pew, pew, pew.
Canada's first indoor airsoft shooting range, located in Mississauga, Ontario. Go to actionaircanada.com for more. Use the field with your friends. You can play with your team. We're going to go and try it out and give a test run. We'll give some video reviews.
We're going to go tomorrow?
I'm going to go tomorrow. If you want to come, let's go. Yeah.
You can't go tomorrow? Yeah.
He's got prior commitments, of course.
I think I should come.
Let's do it. We'll check it out. We'll watch the teams use the field, and then we'll tell them, hey, go grab a snack and a drink from the vending machine.
Yeah.
Get
we'll
some
knock
stuff
off the prices by like a dime.
I actually did lower the price on 2 products.
Gatorade?
Brownies, the 2-bite brownies, and
how much did you
Cliff
charge
Bars
for those before? $4?
You got brownies in there?
I got 2-bite brownies in there,
you
baby.
got everything. Whatever you want.
Was it Costco?
No, it's from that MVR. That store up in Thornhill. Shout out. So I had brownies, 2-bite brownies, and Cliff Bars. They were in there for $4. Brownies had moved, half gone. Cliff Bars haven't moved, but once again, this place is just opening up. The field's just getting going. People don't really need to know about my vending machines and snack, but I knocked it down 50 cents each, $3.50. I think that's pretty solid for some 2-bite brownies and a Cliff Bar.
It's good because I don't know, like most people. Do you have a card system with these?
The snack one has a tap. Yep. It's got a tap machine.
So then that's good.
I can
'cause,
track.
I'm not
live
carrying
tracking.
around quarters, right?
Yeah.
I'd rather pay $4 than $3.50 and not have to carry around 2 quarters. That's how fucking stupid I am.
Well, see, that's funny you bring that up because that's the reason why I put a tap machine in the stack machine was
so you
because
you can fluctuate the prices a little bit.
there's
Be
that.
flexible.
And I'm just thinking it's 2021. People are running around in the field, gun range, or doing whatever. You're not carrying too much change on you. What I've found in the first 2 months is it's almost split right down the middle. And I actually had a couple purchases today. Well, look at that. So this is how it comes up. You see how the cash, total vends, and then cashless. So if you look at the cash compared to cashless, 10 times more. So people are still carrying change around.
Change, yeah.
It's happening. It's moving and shaking. Things are happening.
I mean, I have a bag of change.
Yeah.
I think everyone has a bag of change.
But do you carry it with you
I
around?
carry it in my car,
Okay, I guess so people can
Usually.
run in and out of the car.
Your coin sack?
my coin sack, my sack of coins, my purse of coins.
Purse of coins.
I'm like Matthew, the tax collector, with his purse of coins.
Are you like Sonic? If you fall down the stairs, you just go everywhere.
And I have to go back and pick them up before I get the...
So we are back this week. We apologize for last week for not doing an episode. We both had other things going on. All three of us had other things going on in our lives. And, sometimes it's good to take a nice little reset, a break. It's a good thing rather than just continue to do this and piling on the stress, So we're back this week.
Yeah, sometimes you just
Healthy.
got
Gotta be
to do.
healthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Recharge the batteries, right?
That's what I said about Ben Simmons. Everyone attacked me, but that's okay.
Hey, we're gonna get to that. Lots of topics to get into among
Just going to say.
among the Ben Simmons, and I feel partially responsible for that. But hey, you brought it upon yourself there. But first,
Ben's a great player.
now that the NBA season is back, we have to keep up with our Jonas Valanciunas big science tracker.
Legend.
And
You
I
drafted him right before me.
I did, and
So scum.
it's because you took 3 of my guys, and I'm like, I'm going to get Mike back for this one. This one's going to hurt him.
Did I
taking
take...
my guys.
Did I take... what the fuck's his name? Jared Allen before I
You
took
did.
JV?
Well, no, Jared Allen came after because I took JV.
Because you took JV first. That was going to be my next pick, JV, and then you scooped him, and I was like, oh.
Little strategy, I find every year we play fantasy basketball, the big men
Yes.
become a hot commodity later in the season.
That's been my strategy every single year, and
Yep.
I draft pretty notably mostly big men.
You like the big guys.
Is what I draft. So
Yeah, fair
they,
enough.
you know what? They're the swing players. They have the field goal percentage. They have rebounds. They get points.
They'll probably go to the
Blocks,
line.
like things that are tough to get that really only big guys can grab.
Yep.
Boards, blocks, good field goal percentage is tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then to have JV who's good at free throws as well. I mean, the guy's the whole package.
He's a workhorse, and it earned himself a 2-year extension with the
Yeah,
Pelicans.
round of applause, please.
Worth $31 million for the next
Yes.
for the next 2 years.
Thank you.
We'll give him the applause, the horns, the Kawhi laugh.
Victory, baby.
Well, I was going to say, I meant to get that sound clip put on the soundboard, but I totally forgot. But victory, baby.
We're going to have to get some JV clips in there.
Maybe
for
we
sure.
can find that clip, actually. I don't even know. It might be hard to find because it was like from a random
Remember, we
practice.
tried to find the big science picture, and that was even hard to find?
That was hard to find, yeah. So we'll leave it at that. But the Pelicans, they began their season on Wednesday, past future, so we don't know how he did. But in the last two preseason games that the Pelicans had from the last time we talked, JV had 26 points, 5 assists, 10 rebounds in 50 minutes. Both those games were losses. But the Pelicans opened the season against the 76er-less Ben Simmons for the season opener. And like Mike had just teased, that is a complete disaster. He's been suspended by the team. He called out his teammates early in the offseason. He allegedly tried to get out of Game 7 by saying he was in close contact with someone who was on the COVID protocol list, a staff member. I think it was a masseuse. And he's like, oh, yeah, I got a massage from her. I should sit out. And they're like, what?
Same masseuse as Robert Kraft.
Yeah, same
Ooh.
guy. The Orchids of Asia down in Miami.
Orchids.
So there's that.
That's wild. I didn't really know that shit.
Yeah, dude, that was where it all started because, he's getting made fun of for he can't shoot. You're in the NBA. It's like being in the NHL and you can't pass the puck.
I think that's why he's all messed up emotionally, though.
I get it, but
Like, it's been, like, regardless, you're still a fucking person. Like,
I know. Hey, I agree with you on that part, but you're a professional.
coming in, too.
Yeah, but look, we can have this discussion, but if you feel bad for him, the reason he got suspended was because Doc Rivers is like, hey, Ben, let's do a drill. Line up. Nah, I'm good. Ben, let's do a drill. Come on now. You're here. Let's make it happen. Nah, I'm good. All right. I was going to try and do Doc Rivers because he talks like this.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what, man? Just you can drop the ball and go home. And he just dropped the ball and then left. And they're like, screw you, Joel Embiid. This league, all the drama in the world. I love drama. I don't want the drama. They want nothing to do with these. Like, I could care less about this man. I don't want him on my team.
At this point, I don't care about that man. I mean, I thought he was well spoken too.
Joel?
Embiid.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's the real.
He was well spoken.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
He's the real alpha on that team.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
So,
but I don't know. I feel bad for Ben.
State your case. State your case.
Well, I just think that
the people's court.
He very clearly wants to get a trade out of Philadelphia, and they are asking teams for
the ransom,
ridiculous returns in these trades, which basically tells, if I'm Ben Simmons, tells me we don't give a fuck. We're not going to trade you, and if
they don't have to trade him.
They don't have to.
They should, but
they should trade him.
Yeah.
And
like
I'm
Jack
sure
Eichel.
It's been 2 years of Ben Simmons saying, "Hey guys, I'm really, it's been tough for me here. Can you trade me somewhere else and maybe help me develop? Somewhere that can help me develop." Because it's obviously not working here. Who knows if these conversations happened behind closed doors before,
I'm sure
all
they
this
do.
before all this shit came to light. But your job as a general manager and a coach is to manage your players. And this is an absolute embarrassment to Doc Rivers. It's an embarrassment on the whole organization, the Philadelphia
storied
76ers.
franchise. Yeah.
It's just embarrassing all around for everyone involved, for Ben Simmons, for Doc, for the whole franchise. So it's in everyone's best interest to just, stop the bleeding and get, move on, because this is enough now. Like,
I agree, but it's kind of like the Jack Eichel Buffalo Sabres situation. You have a disgruntled superstar,
right?
Someone who clearly doesn't want to be here. Now, obviously, Jack Eichel, it's a different story because there's a medical issue with he wants a certain surgery. They won't let him do it, but they're paying you however much they're paying you. You expect, in Ben Simmons and Jack Eichel's case, you want the most you can get for that player, both top prospects, Eichel second overall, Simmons first overall. You want to get whatever you think they're worth, but right now their value is at all-time lows.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
I mean,
that's partly your fault, so you got to eat that.
Yeah,
you got to
I agree.
It.
Yeah,
I mean, you tried to get 3 first-round draft picks and 3 pick swaps, 5 pick swaps at one point, something ridiculous. Like, it's not working. I don't think people paid that much for, like, James Harden, fix the trade, find somewhere where he will actually be able to develop himself and not feel like he's like the fucking spotlight all the time.
No, I agree.
Just negative pressure. The guy does a lot of things well. He's a great defender. He's an unbelievable defender.
He does everything but shoot the ball.
He does everything but shoot the ball. And as a point guard, I understand. That's,
dude, it's basketball.
It's pretty suspect.
You have to shoot the ball.
Yeah, Shaq can't shoot the ball. He's also a fucking monster and was able to dunk on people.
Yeah, okay.
But Ben Simmons puts up continuous, perennial triple doubles. Regardless if he can shoot, the guy can dunk.
He's a good player. He's a good player.
Great
He's an asset
playmaker.
to
He's an
anybody's
unbelievable basketball mind. He could be a great asset to any team.
Dude, he's poison though. You want that in your locker room?
I mean,
you want
he
all
poison?
that noise?
Is it Philadelphia that's poison? Like, Joel Embiid's had so much controversy with him as well. Like, the organization itself, it sounds like a scummy organization. Even AI said, like,
"Whoa, on the light, we just lost the light."
Fuck, sorry, it's because I'm getting
all good.
Aggressive.
I was gonna try and clip that back on, yeah.
But anyway, it's just like it's just a bad look.
No, it is a bad look. Yeah, it's
and
just
yes,
a clip. You got it.
Embiid has had his fair share of controversies in the league already. He's been in the league for like 5 years too.
Yeah, I mean the Philadelphia 76ers, they're not complete victims, if you want to call them that.
They're a bunch of scumbags. Remember when they played Toronto? Like they're a no respect team. They don't show other people respect, so they don't deserve respect.
Hey, I don't get no respect.
I don't get. Hey, yeah. So you know what? Like I understand. Ben's making himself look like a damn fool right now, but also he's young. Like the guy was dating a Kardashian or a fucking Jenner.
That's exactly why I wouldn't touch him.
So like obviously he's little confused. No, I think he's honestly a little confused on like, what should I be doing? Who am I? Where should I be right now in my career? And it's the management's job to fucking help him find himself. It's not their job to be like, show up or fuck off. We're not trading you. Like, that's good for some players. Other players need a little bit of nurturing and like If they're not willing to do it, then get them out of here and find someone else who is. So,
I agree.
But it's a business, and they don't give a fuck.
I get
tough.
it,
It's
but
tough,
it's
yeah.
making your business look like a joke. So,
So trade them.
So trade them. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I get it. It's a business, and that's what Rico said too. He's like, do you want,
It's not daycare.
Yeah, and I get it. Why wouldn't the organization want to get everything they can for him? Well, everyone's telling me Ben Simmons is so bad because he can't shoot. So then stop trying to get the world for him.
They're hoping someone will eventually
like-
just pay it. You know what I mean? They'll get like a team like Brooklyn. They'll give you whatever, and hopefully they'll be the next OKC. But not in the sense, they'll collect like 30 picks in the next 5 years.
It's just like, why would a team want to trade for Ben Simmons when his current team doesn't even show him the respect he is in a player? Like, I get it that
it's a gamble. You're taking a chance.
like it's like maybe show that it can work. Make it look pretty for show. Like dress it up. Stage it up a little bit.
The stars have to align for him to go to anywhere as well. Like
a lot of things have to fall into place.
The team that trades for him needs him, and no one's in that position right now.
So it's kind of like we'll talk about the NHL in a minute, but before we get to Rico Bosco's predictions for the season, it reminds me kind of how Elliot Friedman reported last week that the Colorado Avalanche had inquired about Jack Eichel. And the first thing, before they even got to discussing picks, players involved in the deal, they had said...
No Cale Makar.
Well, before it even got to that, it says, Buffalo, will you retain salary? And they're like, no. So right away, hung up the phone, apparently.
Really?
Joe Sakic. Well, you got to think, 4 more years...
I mean, I wouldn't take Jack Eichel if I were at Avalanche if it wasn't retained salary.
Exactly. Sure. 4 more years at $10 million, let alone... If you get him this year, he's going to have to get surgery, whether it's his surgery or you convince him to get your team's surgery, because that's the whole issue going on there is he doesn't want to listen to the Buffalo doctors. But at the same time, it's Buffalo. It's like, we're paying you $80 million. We're going to tell you what to do. You're our asset. And it obviously gets in that slippery slope of, well, he's a human. Choice.
His body. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But
it's like a vaccine.
In a sense, in a sense, but it's like, yeah, we're paying you $80 million. Like, you got to listen to us. We're the ones paying you, right? So it goes both ways, and you can understand why Joe Sakic would be like, hey, we got Nathan McKinnon coming up. We got Cale Makar coming up. This is our Stanley Cup window. We'll take Jack Eichel from you. We'll take that problem off your hands. But you got to pay him. You got to pay him some money still. We'll give you a contract, flip it in return, whatever.
They should just find a team like
it's
Detroit
tough, man.
who's willing to take on salary to tank for the next 4 years.
But see, they got Steve Yzerman in there now. I don't know if Stevie Y.
They're 3-0.
Yeah, and
I know,
they got a lot of
insane. Eh?
They got a lot of good young players in Detroit. I don't think Steve Yzerman's going to make that kind of move. No. I can't see it, but I know it. I know what you mean. You want a team like Arizona, but Arizona's a team that's bottoming out, and they're going to continue to bottom out. So
until they're out of the league.
Well, it's the same thing with Ben Simmons.
Yep.
A team needs Jack Eichel. And
you're right. Until the teams are edging closer to the playoffs and seeing, okay, are we a buyer or a seller? Then they're not going to know if they're going to want to take on Jack Eichel.
No, they're not going to move now. No.
But you're right, actually. But it doesn't matter because he's not playing this year anyways. Because he
apparently could have come back in February, March if he got the surgery in November or like right around this time. But time's running out. Those are 2 storylines we're going to definitely keep watching the rest of the year. Oh, don't disrespect our boy, man. He's got back problems.
Jake.
Our friend of the show, Rico Bosco, we gave him some storylines or just kind of some questions, actually, of, what do you want to look out for in the NBA season? He's a big NBA. He's our NBA beat reporter. He's our pundit.
Big Lithuanian bastard.
Big fan of Joe's Valanciunas. So I asked him.
No, he's not, which is disgusting.
I know. I was just bugging him. In your opinion, Rico Bosco, the biggest storyline to watch out for this season, and he goes, watching the GOAT, LeBron. Oh. If you're new, that's what he puts in brackets because obviously this guy's a big LeBron tree hugger. He wants to watch him continue his dominance into year 90 and be a legitimate MVP candidate. Return to glory for the Golden State Warriors is another one he's watching out. Klay Thompson, I think he's coming back this year. Klay Thompson, last time we saw him was against the Toronto Raptors in the NBA Finals.
I was going to say, it's been a long time.
That's crazy,
dude. He didn't even get drafted in our league.
And I know, you know what? I had him. I was going to take him with the last pick, but I was like, it's so risky. The guy hasn't played in like 2 years.
Yes, I know. He could be completely different coming back, completely lost his stroke. Ilya Mikheyev gets sliced in the hand and could never score a goal again.
I need to go back to Russia.
Literally. Honestly. He almost died, dude. He almost cut like a main vein in his wrist. Like, it was something pretty fucked.
Yeah, I remember. They had to do some reconstructive surgery on there and shit.
So while Golden State returns to glory, he's going to predict that the Clippers are going to continue to slide and miss the playoffs. Kawhi Leonard, that's our boy here
Ever
in
since
Toronto.
he fucking left, and you know what? I don't feel sorry
Who
for
cares?
him. Yeah,
Who
don't
cares
care.
about
He's
that
not. He
guy?
didn't
He
get
won his-
drafted in our league either. He was a keeper 2 years ago. You did this. You did it.
For the NBA championship favorite, he's got Milwaukee and the Lakers going in the finals. Either could win, but he's going to give Milwaukee the nod with LeBron winning the MVP even on the losing team. So he's saying LeBron's getting finals MVP, but
God, he's so biased.
your boy Giannis is going home with back-to-back chips.
Man, they absolutely embarrassed the Brooklyn Nets in their opener.
Yeah, they did.
They did. It was boys against men.
Dark horse sleeper team and why? He's going with the Memphis Grizzlies, JV's old team.
Correct. I was going to say JV, but not anymore.
He says maybe not to win anything, but to easily make the playoffs, and they'll be a tough first-round matchup. They're young, athletic, got better on defense with Steven Adams' addition. That was the trade for Valanciunas.
Yeah, I disagree.
John Morant, Dylan Brooks, Canadian. They'll be a force.
You should have chosen the New York Knicks. I think that's an easy choice. Like
they were a playoff team last year.
They did it last year.
Would you consider that a dark horse sleeper team, though?
Yeah, because, they're still not even that good. They have Julius Randle, who, for whatever reason, no one gives respect to in this fucking sport. It's ridiculous.
I give respect to him.
Guy's an absolute legend. Yeah. He's just unbelievable. A guy had in my opinion, he had an MVP season, a caliber season last year. Mm-hmm. And they just got a lot of good going for him, too. Like Derrick Rose is on the New York Knicks right now.
The real D Rose.
No, he's not the real D Rose.
No, he is.
No.
D-Rose.
We know who the real D Rose is.
MVP favorite. He's going with Joel Embiid.
That's my boy.
He goes, we will see an insane amount of touches with Ben either gone or suspended for every game. The MVP had been a big man's award for the last few seasons. Very true. Jokic. Most recent MVP,
Jokic
right?
is an
and then Giannis, obviously. Those are two big men, considering they're both 7 feet tall. All three of them, actually. All over 7 feet tall. And then I asked him if anything else he wanted to add, some little tidbits. And he starts with the Raptors will make the playoffs, and Scotty Barnes will be 10 times better than anyone thought. Shout out Scotty hanging out with Fiona in his van every Sunday. I took him as the last pick in the fantasy because, I just figured.
Did you really?
I did. I did. I literally said in the chat, I was like, hey, do you guys know Fiona? Because me and Scotty, we're going to be seeing her every now and then. But I chose him because Pascal Siakam, we've seen regression. He's starting off the year hurt. This guy was 4th overall, Scotty Barnes. The guy, by all accounts, great locker room guy. Loves to work hard. Wants to be the best he can be. And the Raptors are going to be a good team. Nick Nurse is probably going to try and utilize him, right? So I agree with Rick on this one.
He's already been using him pretty well throughout the preseason and stuff.
He said true rookie of the year candidate, and I couldn't agree more.
Wow.
If he goes, if you can still get it, and this is a little bit of betting here, we're going to get to Boozy in a second as well. Hammer over 36.5 game win total for the Raptors, and hammer the under 55.5 win total for the Nets. He goes, the lines may have changed, but if you can find anything like those, go with it. And I can't believe they actually have the Raptors at 36.5 wins. That's a little disrespect.
It's low.
That is very low. I would absolutely hammer the over on that.
I agree.
And he threw in right here, he wants to challenge the Boozy Better to a season-long NBA gambling show or a steel cage match, his choice.
Or both, because those both sound riveting.
Yeah, that would actually be hilarious. So those are Rico Bosco's little predictions for the NBA season. We'll keep track with them all year long.
Just remember that he's extremely biased because he's been sucking LeBron's teat for literally since he's been in the league.
For good reason.
Yeah, sure. If you want.
That's his boy,
It's easy to love the best
You're
player
biased
of the
because you
sport.
don't like LeBron. What are you talking about?
It's easy to love the best player in the sport. It's a lot harder to not like them, and I choose the harder path.
I disagree because you know what? I was rewatching F1 Drive to Survive again. I can't stand Lewis Hamilton for some reason.
I fucking hate that guy.
I love Mercedes.
Why? Is it because he's cocky and he walks around like he's better than everyone?
Yeah, he's the best.
Maybe because he is. Doesn't mean you should do it. That's like LeBron. That's why I hate LeBron.
But I love Mercedes, as a car, brand, whatever. But I can't love Bottas, even though he's not there anymore. Or next year he won't be there. Alpha, shout out, Wops. But I don't know. There's something about him. He's just too good. Their car's too fast. I just don't like him.
Yeah, I get it.
I gotta disagree with your sentiment.
That's kind of why I don't like LeBron. It's
because he's too good.
He's already good. We don't need to fucking blow his head up anymore.
He does that for himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm
that's
saying.
what he's saying. Yeah. That's fair enough. All right. We'll take a...
Like I said, no one's a bigger fan of LeBron James than LeBron James.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like-
I agree with that. When he writes his third-person Instagram stories to himself.
Correct, yes.
Yeah, that
Dear
to
LeBron,
himself.
tough loss today.
Yeah, singing to himself. Doesn't even know the lyrics.
Yeah, fuck.
Cringeworthy. We'll switch gears from a little bit of sports. We'll go do some Would You Rather. Oz will get you to change the camera too, Mr. Producer. So we'll start off with some Would You Rather. I have the sheet actually right in front of me for the first time. I'm actually properly prepared. So we will start the rolling of the dice, and Mike is going to tell me when to.
Stop.
105. We have 103, 108. No, 105. So, Mike, let's get down to 105, and you can take it away.
All right, let's do it. 105. Would you rather talk like Yoda or breathe like Darth Vader?
I think I know your answer.
No, I'd probably rather breathe like Darth Vader. I probably do breathe like Darth Vader pretty much already.
You mean podcasts don't want to talk like... I don't even know. I can't even talk like Yoda.
Talk like Yoda, we must.
You sounded like Bane there. Talk like Yoda.
I am Gotham's reckoning. We were talking about Oz sent us that Swedish house picture today.
Mm-hmm.
I laughed because I was like, are they Stockholm's reckoning? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are they were?
I'm here for your reckoning, Stockholm.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know. Yoda kind of like a little annoying.
I probably just breathe like Vader.
Yeah.
Breathe like-
That means
it's
I can.
intimidating.
If I can wear the mask, that'd be pretty cool too. Because that's how he breathes. He needs the mask. So I'm assuming I can have.
Do
to
they?
wear the
Do you think
mask.
they still make those for Halloween? They
Yeah,
actually
for
have
sure.
like the breathing apparatus or the voice control thing or whatever.
Yeah.
A couple spirit Halloweens.
Amazon for sure.
Yeah.
takes it off?
All right, let's do it again.
All right. Stop.
59.
59.
No 59 on the board, so let's scroll up.
Should I read
Number
it?
59. Yes, you should.
All right. Would you rather be the absolute best at something that no one takes seriously, or be average at something well respected? I'm already average
This
at a
was
lot
like
of
the
things
other
that are well respected. So
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I'd love to be. I was reading the wrong one there.
Let's try and think of something.
really good at. I'd probably
This
do
was
that.
like
What-
the one that was.
What's something that no one takes seriously?
Like juggling.
juggling?
Like, dude, no, seriously. Like sometimes, so there's kids at like that went to private school. No, I'm serious. So remember,
I got you.
D'Angelo
That's what I'm. That's
Vickers, D'Angelo Vickers. Phyllis, hold still. Hold still.
Where he's listening to Evanescence.
Exact classic. Bring me up. Wake me up. Anyway. Wake me up inside. Good. Wake me up and save me. I love that song.
That was a good song.
I wish we could play.
Anyway, go back to juggling.
Anyway, so when we were in university, there were like a lot of kids that went to private schools and stuff, right?
Yes.
And they told us that they were, one of the things they had to do was juggle. Like that's something that they had to learn how to do in private school. And I was like, what a fucking waste of time that is.
I think we
it's
should.
good for sensory motor skills and ASMR shit. Apparently.
Oz,
I'll
I
play
don't.
video games for that.
Oz hasn't
Right.
really seen The Office, and we got to show him this because it's one of the funniest things ever.
Anyways, they were serious about how good they were at juggling, and I just couldn't look at them in the face and think that they were actually being serious.
I
So-
kind of agree with you. It's a bit of a weird thing.
my car, but it's not.
Oh no, do you think it was stolen?
I got you covered, boss. Used to play with the parabolas myself. Got some extra balls. Hey, whoa.
I never touch another juggler's instruments. We're all here. I've got the music cued. Why don't I just do my routine without the juggling balls?
By the way,
He laughs and he's serious.
Going
Like,
to the danger zone.
she's like, oh, we weren't joking.
Oh wow, you weren't kidding.
No, never. Can someone please throw me a fifth ball? Fifth ball? If you dare.
Kevin.
Incoming and wrong. Remember, nothing's impossible.
Oh my god! By the way,
I could not do a movie with Will Ferrell.
How are you not laughing when he's doing shit? I completely.
Well, him and Ryan Reynolds finished that Spirited.
Oh yeah, what is that?
I don't know. Let me check it out.
Because Ryan Reynolds actually announced he's taking a sabbatical from acting. I've never been more depressed.
I know.
Damn.
Well, he came out with Free Guy, Hitman's Bodyguard #2,
which I didn't even know they were filming.
Are they still doing Deadpool?
I think they're done Deadpool for a while. Yeah. Like,
but he did like 6 movies.
Yeah,
in
he
4
did a
years.
lot of movies recently, and now he's just like.
All right, well, I'll look
that kid or something.
Yeah, well, I'll looks that up for us. We'll do one more. Would you rather?
Stop. 40.
40. That sounds kind of familiar. And like I say every week. No, we have not done 40. So let's go back up to 40 and take it away.
Would you rather never eat watermelon ever again, or be forced to eat watermelon with every meal? I don't even know.
I'm gonna start with this. For the people that know me, watermelon is like my top 2 all-time favorite food. Not even just fruit; it's my top 2 favorite food. I'll be forced to eat it every meal. I don't even care. A lot of water. I'm staying hydrated.
I'm okay not eating it ever again.
What? You're not a fan?
I enjoy it. It gives me heartburn, just like cucumbers. And everyone's like,
"What?
How are they giving you heartburn? They're just water."
I was just about
and I'm like, "Hey, listen, I don't know. Okay,
ask my stomach."
Yeah, it just does. All right, so I don't eat it often. I enjoy it, but I don't enjoy it after. And so I'm fine not eating it ever
What
again.
what are the compounds in watermelon or cucumbers that give you heartburn?
Just water. It's I don't know if it's acidic. I don't know if they're acidic or I don't know. He just looked up the ingredients for cucumbers.
It's just water.
It's water.
How do you make cucumber?
How do I make cucumber from home?
What are the ingredients?
Pour water.
That's amazing. Oh, geez. Well, when Oz lets us know about the ingredients of cucumbers, we'll get back to the boozy better in the NFL Week 7. He's got the picks against the spread. Week 6, he went 3-5, and as you can see on the screen, Mike, he put the little emoji. He's 25-23-1 overall, so he's got a winning record. He's 4-2 on his lock of the week, and his first lock of the week is the Sunday night football game. Colts plus 3.5 at 49ers. He's going with the 49ers minus 3.5 lock of the week. Mike, do you like the pick?
I do like it.
All right.
I'll leave it at that. I don't know. Football's been tough to call these days.
I hit the record and then re-record. I don't know what happened.
It's not a friendly snack for people with sensitive stomachs. It contains an ingredient called cucumbosis. What does it say?
Curcubiticin.
Curcubiticin.
I'm going to let the people know right now if they heard a little audio glitch. It's because I just added a second audio track because it recorded and then stopped recording, but now it's recording again. Because I think I hit the button by accident. But anyway, we're still good. We're rolling.
Cool.
We're rolling.
Cool.
So what are you looking up? Oh, is this why?
Ingredients for cucumbers.
So what's bad about it?
This ingredient called cucurbitacin, something like that, which is a powerful ingredient known to cause indigestion.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go. That's probably why.
See, everyone laughs, and I'm like, it
just sounds funny. Like
it is
cucumber, watermelon, heartburn. It's like what?
They're like literally cucumbers, like 0 calories. I'm pretty sure you burn more, and celery too.
Yeah, cellary. You burn more.
Celery doesn't
eating.
give me heartburn. I really enjoy celery, but
that's pure water, I believe.
It's water and
celery?
like cellulose, not cellulose.
Cellulite.
Glucose?
Not cellulite. It was cellulose. Because I was thinking cellulite. I was like, that's not the one. Anyway.
Also, Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell, Spirited. It's the modern retelling of A Christmas Carol. So it's Ebenezer and Ghost of Christmas, Future Past, Present.
Cool.
But we've seen that.
It's Hollywood, dude. You got to remake a bunch of movies different ways.
It's coming out on Apple TV.
So you guys remember seeing Matthew McConaughey's Ghosts of Girlfriends Past?
Oh, that was a good one.
Classic flick.
I have
Great
seen
flick.
That. Back to the football, the 1 p.m. games. Chiefs minus 4.5 at the Tennessee Titans. Boozy is going with the Titans, taking the points, plus 4.5.
Oh boy.
You like it.
D.
All right.
Henry.
Nice. Jets plus 7 at New England. He's going with the Jets. He's taking the points again. That's a different one from
Minus
Boozy there.
32, plus 7.
Yeah, plus 7. Rain. He's going with the Jets, so picking 2 dogs right there off the hop. Bengals plus 6.5 at the Ravens, and now he's going obviously here with the favorite, because how could you not? They're on a roll. The Baltimore Ravens minus 6.5 is the pick. Lamar Jackson looking like he could be the MVP again.
Guy's an animal.
They lost the season opener, but they've won 5 straight after all those injuries in the beginning of the season, but preseason too. So they're rolling. The 4:00 games, you got the Bears plus 13.5 at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's going with this Bucks minus 13.5. And then you got my Detroit Lions.
I don't think I can pick the Bucks at that spread anyway.
It's a big spread. It's a big number. I was going to say both these games are big numbers. I don't think I can
pick the Rams at that spread either.
Well, here we go. We got the Lions plus 15.5 at the Rams. The Jerry Goff, Matt Stafford revenge game. He's going with the Rams at 15.5. The Lions 0-6, worst team in the NFL. They're just complete disaster every year. I love Dan Campbell though, you know? Like he's here for the guy cried last week. And
I remember, yeah.
Boozy had told me, he expected the Lions to come out and play well, do it for the coach, but
Pussy.
Yeah, I mean they just can't do it. They can't do it. He's not biting any kneecaps right now, and they might go 0-16, and Jared Goff might be gone. They might take a quarterback in the draft. Like,
I hope so. I hate Jared Goff,
dude.
That guy sucks.
They're paying the contract he signed with the Rams after the Super Bowl, like $135 million.
Good for him.
Yeah, hey, get your money, of course.
But like that was his first year, second year in the league when they went to the Super Bowl.
I think it was like his second or third year.
So like he wasn't even supposed to be good, but they went
Rams
to the Super Bowl because their team was unbelievable.
Todd Gurley, I believe, is when he was there. Aaron Donald is still a stud. Like,
yep.
They had a wide receiver too. I forget.
Cooper Kupp was there. There was someone else. He's not there anymore now. I can't remember, but I'll also look it up. And then we had the Sunday night, the Colts with the 49ers. Going with the 49ers, lock of the week. So those are Boozy Better's picks. Remember to follow him on Twitter at Boozy Better for all your daily fantasy and betting choices. Not just the NFL. He's got PGA Tour golf, the UFC as well. Now to the NHL. Evander Kane suspended 21 games for COVID violations. Now, we knew in the offseason he had the gambling accusations by his estranged wife.
You want to talk about toxic player on a team.
Yeah, honestly, not even in just San Jose. When he was in Winnipeg, when he was in Buffalo. Oz had brought up the conspiracy to us. Do you think he's getting suspended for 21 games partially because of the gambling? And that was a good presumption. I don't know if that's the right word to use.
Yep.
But they made it very clear, and it did come out that he tried to use a fake vaccination card.
I was going to say,
before I
knew that, I was like...
Sorry, before we continue, they closed the gambling case, the domestic violence one. They said they couldn't find enough evidence, so that one's closed. I think the gambling one is still open.
I think they closed that one too, but it could be wrong.
It could be related, yeah.
Anyways,
go ahead.
I don't know, like... I thought it could have been partially because of the gambling, and they just couldn't really have it.
Just wanted to sweep it under the rug.
And they just couldn't make it look bad for the league. Like you mentioned, they
Michael
did that,
Jordan,
with MJ. When
conspiracy for people that don't know, when he retired to go play baseball, he had said, his dad had just passed away. That story alone is kind of related to gambling, which is very sticky. You guys can look it up or go watch The Last Dance.
I remember.
But the rumor was that he had been caught gambling in the NBA, and they had to give us a suspension without bringing it too much attention to it. He said, just retire, go do whatever you want to do, and then he comes back. That, obviously, it's speculation. We'll never know if that's the truth, but that was the big rumor. But anyway, continue, Mike.
So before we found out that he provided them with the fake vaccination card, I totally thought that that's why they gave him 21 games. Because I had no idea. I was like, people have been going into COVID protocol a million fucking times, and no one's been suspended except for the Washington Capitals that one time, like
all the Russians, right? Samsonov, Ovechkin.
I was like, that was the only time, and they already made an example of those guys. They're not making an example out of this guy for like cross-contaminating COVID somewhere.
It's a quarter of the season,
going to the strip club,
unpaid,
or something.
Yeah.
So I was like, it had to be something else. And then when I found out he provided them with a fake COVID-19 vaccination card, I mean,
what are you doing,
man? What the fuck are you doing?
How do you think you can get away with that?
How do you think that you can get away with that? B, it just tells me you're that narcissistic that you think you're better than everyone to be able to provide them with a fake card and get away with it.
That's where all the problems come.
That's the issue. Is like. The fact that, can you just fucking relax?
Sorry, dude, I'm getting thirsty. Go ahead, continue.
I forgot about your pop.
I know, me too.
Anyway, it's just like the whole thing is just like, get him out of the fucking league. Like, this is just
limelight.
Like the fact that he was willing to like jeopardize everyone's season because if he wasn't vaccinated and got COVID and shit could have gotten really bad there. Like the fact that he even thought that was okay. It's just so I don't want that on my fucking team.
And you just had brought up, get him out of the league. they allegedly, this suspension is coming down because they were going to suspend him anyway, but the talk was that San Jose's like, okay, look, they have him locked in at 7 years for like another $7 million, like something ridiculous.
I know.
They were like, well, why don't you just like cut him, buy him out, whatever. And people are actually saying, why doesn't Jack Eichel just claim he can retire and then go get the surgery and come back as a free agent?
Right.
But there are rules, like if you retire, the cap hit, you can't just do that because anyone could do that. Oh, I don't like my contract.
Jason Spezza was like, well, I'm going to retire.
Yeah, well, because
I get claimed off waivers.
But they were saying it's like the NHL has rules in place because anyone could just retire. Sidney Crosby, 8.7. Yeah, no, I'm going to retire. I'm going to go to free agency. Pay up.
Career ended because he was like,
well, that's why they had to look in.
Sketchy.
But they had to look into Buffalo, make sure he was legitimately injured. The same thing they're doing with Shea Weber going on LTIR. They're making sure like these guys aren't trying to circumvent the cap and get out of being money paid either way. But yeah,
that's like the
So they're saying they suspended. To finish my point, they suspended Evander Kane just so San Jose can't buy him out or whatever. Very odd.
But they don't have to pay him for 21 games.
Yeah, it's unpaid. Yeah, that's right. But I don't know if it's still a cap hit. Can you look up on Cap Friendly? If he's still, it might still count towards the cap.
Yeah, I think it does.
$7 million, dude, just sitting there. Like, that's so bad. And that's why the NHL's like, no, you can't just buy him out. You're not getting out of this one easy. But they got to be thinking like, hey, what do we do? Like,
it sucks.
Yeah.
It's not fair to them either, but it's the same Philadelphia situation too. Like
Philadelphia. 76ers.
Sorry,
Yeah. I thought you meant like the Flyers.
Ben Simmons.
There's my pop, excuse me.
Yeah, okay.
That's an ASMR. I should have done that in the microphone.
God bless you.
I almost just choked on that. But yeah, I agree. In other NHL news, the Sabres.
Rum?
You want to chug that right now? Havana Club?
No, I don't.
Yeah, well, the Sabres are 3-0.
You got to do
Chug it for the Sabres. They're 3-0.
Don't care.
Chug it for Detroit then. Come on.
Fuck Melody Martin. She didn't fucking reply.
Never replied to us yet.
Drink it for the Habs, baby.
The Sabres are 3-0. Their playoff
Habs are 0-4.
Their playoff chances went from being 0.7 to 1.3, I think, now to making the playoffs. The Habs are a disaster. I think losing Deneau when he went to LA now in the offseason, huge part. He was such a big part of their Cinderella run to the Stanley Cup final, and obviously no Carey Price, no Shea Weber. And we talked about last week on Remove Worry about Marc Bergevin and his job. Honestly, when you start off this bad and it looks like they have no identity, they have no idea like who they are as a team anymore, it doesn't matter. Someone's got to fall on the sword.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be the GM.
Of course.
And you know what? People already were not the biggest fan of Marc Bergevin because he was so upfront and made such crazy trades. Subban, Pacioretty, Weber, the whole everything, right? The big contracts. So I don't know, man. It might be time for Jeff Molson and that ownership group to be like, hey, cut and bait. Let's find another French-speaking GM. Get Patrick Roy in there.
Yeah,
hey?
It was a worry or remove worry if we're Marc Bergevin. And I don't know. Now I'm a little more worried than I was when I was answering that question a couple weeks ago. So, yeah, I mean, it's a rough start for the Habs. I don't know if this is the quickest turnaround for a team that made the Cup.
The biggest fall from grace.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's a pretty... this is what we kind of expected them to do, though, last year.
Exactly, and you got to admit they barely squeaked in the playoffs. They were literally on the ropes, and they had the worst team to be on the ropes.
Yeah, exactly.
The Leafs, the biggest choke artists of all time, and they're off to a rocky start. And actually, just bring this topic up before we get to big science, the dress code. Austin Matthews, we've talked about this before on the previous podcast about the dress code. Are you cool with it? Letting the guys, I don't know, I didn't see what he wore, but apparently he looked like he was wearing track pants, but it had like a bag.
They're letting them wear what they want.
Relaxed dress code.
Yeah, is it just the Leafs or every team?
The Leafs said it, but I think there's other teams that do it. And I was going to ask, do you think that's going to become a full league-wide thing eventually? Like, do you care?
I didn't really know that they were letting them. I thought he just said suit gets old really quick. I didn't think they actually.
But then they reacted on those comments. They were like, okay, yeah, go ahead. We can loosen it up a little. Yeah. I'm not even joking. Yeah.
Dude, that.
Not a fan. Apparently, Jason Spezza still came in like business casual. John Tavares.
Yeah, Nylander had like a jacket and a t-shirt underneath. Like what you wear to fucking Vegas.
Or when you're going out. Yeah, exactly.
I just fucking hate I hate everything about it. I just hate everything about it.
I would come in track pants and like a tracksuit.
Yeah, I would too. But like, you're coming to work and you suck and you haven't won shit, and you're gonna come up in fucking sweatpants. Go fuck yourself.
This is literally the exact same.
Fuck.
This is the same discussion we had a year ago. And
like maybe like that's an incentive.
It shouldn't matter.
If you win a round in the playoffs, Austin, we'll let you do it next year.
I like that.
How about that, you fucking dickhead? You entitled piece of shit.
Hey, relax.
It makes me mad.
Matthews is our guy, man. Don't take it out on him.
I love him, but what the fuck?
Yeah, but this is what I'll play the devil's advocate again because
as long as he scores, which he didn't this last game,
dude. As long as he scores is not an excuse because we don't win shit, and he's not scored, and he hasn't scored.
So
he's been one game.
But you equate that to wearing a suit to the rink?
No, I equate it with a level of with the pecking
professionalism
order. with the general manager. If someone a subordinate comes to me as the general manager, and says, "Hey, I know we've done nothing for the team, no good for the team. We haven't won shit." But I'd really love to not wear a suit to the games anymore.
Yeah.
I'm laughing in your fucking face and telling you to get the fuck out of my office.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anything that's not going to help us win.
But I don't think he brought it up.
Well, that's what that's what he did.
The reporter brought it up.
No. Someone had asked him, and he had mentioned like, yeah, it gets old real quick. And then,
want to know like if I'm the general manager, I want your answer to be, you know what? I don't think it matters what we wear to the game. I think it matters how we play on the ice, and that's all that matters.
I agree.
I don't care what they wear to the game. That's the problem. I don't care if they wear a fucking suit. I don't care if they wear boxers. I don't care if they look like a hobo.
Where do they start getting ready for the game? You know?
Well, that's the thing. Is like
when do you
need to
be mentally there,
right? Like if you have a routine like Jason Spezza does, like getting ready, getting dressed,
plays with the sticks,
getting the suit on, taping the sticks. You know, he has his routine. It helps him get into a feng shui, a chemistry of the game.
You're in a routine. You're in a groove.
Look good, feel good, play good.
And that's exactly it.
I don't necessarily even really believe that.
But that's what I think they're going for. Like that's what Matthews was going for. And what I was going to say was like in Amazon Prime, you saw Matthews made the comments when they played Edmonton.
We finished it.
We played. It wasn't like in the first episode. We played too reserved, and then Sheldon Keefe went to Dubas, and he's like, "What the fuck? This guy's going out in the media setting a narrative, terrible narrative.
That's not why we lost."
And then he goes to Matthews himself. But one of my point is, Matthews doesn't have to go to the team. He can just speak to the media, and he's got so much pull. He's such a big star. Regardless, they'll be like, "Fuck, I guess we'll listen to him."
Afraid to talk to him. Like you saw it.
But like, yes and no. But you don't really just bring up, "Hey guys, want to like not wear suits anymore?" Like that's kind of got to happen organically, where someone's got to bring it up.
I'm sure, but at the same time, you think Nathan MacKinnon is, you know, after his first game and they just lost in overtime, is telling them, "Yeah, wearing a suit gets old really quick." Nathan MacKinnon is all fucking business because he wants to win.
Part of the problem is, like Oz says, someone brought up the question to him and he answered it.
And
so
I would have
replied,
he said it. I don't think that matters. What matters is our play on the ice.
Because he's answering the question. But by all accounts, Jason Spezza had even said when he came to Toronto, and this is documented, he said he's never seen anyone work as hard as Austin Matthews and as someone who's that dedicated. He didn't say that about Nylander, Marner. He didn't say about the whole team. He specifically said Matthews. He goes, the fact that he's a big star and he wants to work hard and get better, he respects that.
Yeah, I don't think that it's that's not the issue. I don't think that's
I know. I'm just saying.
The issue is the management it's yet another example of the management letting the players walk all over them. They did it with their contracts.
Yeah, I agree,
and you're literally going to let them wear whatever they want now. Like, dude, you know, you might as well let them play with whoever they want or get traded or, you know, do whatever the fuck they want then. Why do you even have a job?
I was going to bring this topic up organically, but I had actually heard on the radio yesterday. It's like, confirm or deny, all 32 teams will have a week or a lesson dress code in the next 5 years. And before any of them gave their answer, I even thought, I'm like, not as long as Lou Lamoriello is still a GM. Yeah. This guy won't even let you grow a beard.
Because everyone knows that he's the boss. Like, how can you look at a dressing room and be like, are you the boss? Or is it Keefe? Or is it Dubas? Or is it maybe Matthews? Or is it Brendan? Who's the boss?
It's that as well as professionalism and showing up. Like, when we played, me and Oz played rep hockey. We were 11 years old. We had to wear ties and dress shirts.
Yeah. Full suits, man.
And you know what? Looking back on it now, it's kind of ridiculous, but you understand. It's about being a professional or representing yourself, your team, coming to the rink like you're there to do a job.
It's more than just you. It's more than about. It's about more than you.
Yeah.
So you show up and you look good. That's that's why you wear the same jersey. It's why you try to
You're a team. We're a family.
Right. Like,
I personally, I don't give a shit about what you wear to the rink, but I personally would still show up in probably a suit. Maybe not like a tie, but like I'll have my shirt tucked in. I just won't wear a tie.
They were
but I want to look good.
They were pretty lenient with their suits. Like Austin Matthews had great style when he was wearing suits. I don't want to see him wearing, like I said, those stupid smiley face t-shirts.
That's the kind of guy he is. He's all about that with the Drew and the fashion.
Not that I give a shit, but that's the problem.
It's what you don't want to see. I get it.
This guy's more. I don't want him to be more worried about getting paid under the table from fucking Justin Bieber for wearing his clothes when they're losing, and his main fundamental job.
You think he gets paid?
How can he not?
Well, he probably gets it for free. Definitely.
Well, he gets it for free.
He doesn't get paid by Bieber.
I'm sure he doesn't get paid by Bieber, but like it's obviously in his best interest to please the guy.
For sure.
It's like a billionaire.
Yeah.
For sure.
Matthews has fucking chump change
compared to him.
So like it's obvious where like, does he want to sit 20,000 rows up like Fred did at the UFC fight, or does he want to sit front row with
right beside
Donald
Trump?
Like that's what he's getting paid for.
Yeah.
So it's good for you. I'm saying great for you, but also can you fucking focus and win? I don't care about anything else.
I think it's more the focus part than anything, and gearing himself up to play.
Like, man,
let's come down a bit.
I didn't realize that he
got heated.
I didn't realize they actually gave them the okay to.
Yeah, they did. They did. They're not the only team, but anyway.
Also,
we'll move off this topic. We'll move off the topic.
Just to add,
yes.
Evander Kane, non-roster player, suspended without pay. It does say $0 on
towards the cap.
On the cap friendly right now.
I would hope so, because
they have to have some way to pay for Erik Karlsson, right?
That's your boy.
That's the best player in the league.
That's your boy. All right,
he got 2 assists the other night. So.
He's up there.
Still a really good player. Before we run out of time here, we have to bring back Big.
I missed Big Science. It's been a while. How many episodes? 2? How many weeks? 2, 3?
3 almost. Yeah.
Yes, science.
So we found a new website with some more science facts, and here is the first one. There is enough DNA in the average person's body to stretch from the sun to Pluto and back 17 times. Insane. The human genome contains 23 DNA molecules, called chromosomes, each containing from 500,000 to 2.5 million nucleotide pairs. DNA molecules of this size are 1.7 to 8.5 centimeters long when uncoiled. About 5 centimeters on average. There's about 37 trillion cells in the human body, so if you were to uncoil all of the DNA encased in each cell and place the molecules end to end, it would sum to a total length of 2 by 10.25 meters, enough for 17 Pluto round trips. As an added bonus, you should know, get it guys, you should know, that with each share 99% of our DNA with every other human, just to show that we're far more alike than different.
That's a great one.
That is a great one.
That was a great fact.
I agree.
Even the way they summed it up.
Yeah.
All around real good. Real
crazy
good
stuff,
there.
man.
I love DNA. Like, DNA is very... Do you know what DNA stands for?
Oh, I do know this. I mean, I did
Oz,
know
do you
it,
know
but
what it stands for?
No clue.
Let's hear it.
It stands for deoxyribonucleic acid.
Did that stick in your head from like grade 4 science or something?
From like biology in I took biology in high school. So like,
yes.
And I really liked it. Like I wanted to be a doctor for quite a long time actually, until I realized I don't have the work ethic to go through med school. So, but yeah, like when I took biology in like grade 10 and 11 and stuff. And like, I was doing it. I was learning about the mitochondria and all that shit. And like, just certain things stick with you. DNA was super interesting.
You have the best memory of all of us.
I remember really stupid shit too.
Well, that's why you want your long-term memory instead of short-term memory.
That's exactly why. Yes, we circle back to that.
Episode,
yes, that's exactly why. But yeah, like I do remember a lot of random facts like this, like science facts, because that stuff really was intriguing to me.
That was a cool little new science fact, actually. We didn't read that one last time. I don't remember. I don't think we did.
No, we didn't. We didn't.
Brand new, fresh.
Yeah, I mean, DNA is cool. I didn't really know, like, I like how they're tying that human body in with, like, space and Pluto, and, like, obviously it's tough to
actually picture that.
Think about how long it is and how DNA can stretch from your body to make that length. But
it doesn't make sense, eh?
It's because they're so small.
Can't compute.
It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. But
can't compute. We'll leave you guys with that brain twister.
I also like the 99% we all share 99% of the same DNA. That's really fucking cool too. And
to
also
you,
23andMe, Ancestry.
To you, my brothers and
that
sisters.
That stuff is really cool. So yes,
I agree.
Literally.
I agree. Well, everyone, thanks for listening or watching today's episode. We're happy to be back, and we'll try not to take too many hiatuses again, but remember to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Leaving a rating or review wherever you listen or watch the podcast. Hit us up on social media at Improversation Pod on Instagram and TikTok, at Improversation P on Twitter. We're out of here, and until next week.
Well, then get the fuck out of here then. Okay, see ya.